In today's border report, many migrants crossing at the southern border are not coming alone, according to sources. These migrants being forced across the Rio Grande by armed men. NewsNation border correspondent Ali Bradley is live. Ali, you are learning cartels could be behind all of this.
Yeah, you're exactly right here, Nichole. And Border Patrol telling me here today that the cartel is controlling our border, doubling down on that statement, as I'm being told here that in the Del Rio sector, 2 Ecuadorian migrants were actually rescued by Border Patrol agents from the river who said that they were forced to cross the Rio Grande in the Eagle Pass area because of men that were armed. At gunpoint, they were forced across this river. So basically, whether they want to stay in Mexico and await those asylum claim hearing or not, the cartel has other ideas and has other options here. So some of them are being told that they cannot wait in Mexico, and some of them want to because they don't want to be expelled under Title 42. But again, the cartels are forcing these people across. The Vice President of Border Patrol Council just telling me today that the cartel is actually holding migrants in stash houses over in Mexico, and then they're the ones that decide when and where these migrants are actually crossing into the United States.
So there's individuals that are coming across the border. Unfortunately, they have to deal with the cartels. That's who they have to go through in order to get their asylum. And some of them may have really legit asylum claims, but we know that the majority of them don't. But those individuals what they're doing is they're empowering the drug cartels. So if they're coming across for that reason, but at the same time, they're continuing to fill the pockets of the drug cartels, it's an entire domino effect because of those individuals, and that's the magnet that this administration created.
Yeah, and this all comes as there's reports in that same sector, in the Del Rio sector, that armed men with machetes were also robbing migrants once they arrived on the U.S. side. And while the dip in encounters that we saw in January appears to be over, because Border Patrol sectors across the southern border are seeing large groups self-surrendering once again. One agent in Yuma telling me that they spent the entire night processing once again here, Nichole. Now, what I'm also being told is that everything happening on the U.S. side is being watched and tracked by the cartel. They're always one step ahead of us. Border Patrol telling me that they feel like they are constantly in a response pattern here, Nichole, that they have to react to the cartel. They just can't get ahead of it.
All right, so Ali, these numbers are picking back up. We know staffing, remains a big issue. So what what is the biggest concern right now for these agents and just for law enforcement down there?
Yeah, so you would think the numbers go down. That means we have more agents freed up to help out and to be processing and things like that. But that's just not the case. Again, we're seeing those numbers once again climbing. And so one of the biggest concerns right now is the staffing problem, because we do not have Border Patrol agents that can not only patrol the border, but also then process. So when they're all tied up processing, what Border Patrol agents tell me is that the cartel pushes people and drugs into those holes. That's what we're seeing. We know that several gang members were apprehended over the last 2 weeks, Nichole. And then take a look at this. DPS troopers alongside Border Patrol agents actually encountered 3 Chinese nationals. They told DPS troopers that they each paid $35,000 in order to get into the United States. Now, one of the other things that's really interesting here is this all comes as DHS has laid out their new priorities for 2023. They're almost identical to the last year's priority, but Nichole, they're really prioritizing staffing. However, what Art Del Cueto tells us with Border Patrol is that it takes at least 2 years for these Border Patrol agents to be trained up and ready to go. So in order for them to meet those staffing needs, it will still be quite some time for them to be able to meet that. So they're still going to be kind of in limbo until they get enough people to sign on, but they're just not getting the recruitment numbers they need.
Yeah, still certainly remains an issue down there. All right, great reporting there, Ali. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.